Most people have been spending more time at home in the last couple of years, so that gives you more time to think about what you'd like to do with your living space. But keeping up with trends in design can be quite a challenge. So this segment is sponsored by Jsquared, and Johnathan Miller is the CEO and principal designer, not to mention a nationally recognized staging and interior design expert. And he's here with some hot and what's not hot for 2022. Johnathan, welcome to the Hampton Road Show.
Thank you so much for having me.
We are so excited and thrilled to have you, and especially me because I'm that person that loves to say that I'm so into interior design, I want to do this and do that, but then I walk into a store and I'm like, I don't know where to start.
You're not the only one.
Okay, great to know. So can you help us understand the difference between staging a room and then interior decorating?
It's a huge mess because people look at interior design and they're like, oh, well, we're going to stage a room. But if I'm doing interior design for someone, I'm personalizing that space.
Okay.
I'm tailoring it to that individual. If I'm staging, I'm actually creating a product. I'm merchandising it for mass appeal. And so since both use, in merchandising, they use the same design principles as interior design. So people, it's very easy to get confused.
Very easily to get confused. And I can see that when you're interior designing, you're making the space specific for this family, specific for this person versus just kind of something more generic and the eye-grabbing for just about anyone. So Johnathan, let's go ahead and talk about the top 4 trends that we're going to see this new year.
Well, one of the biggest is rattan. It's not your 70s rattan that, you know, grandma has laying around still. It's actually a more modern rattan, and it actually leads into the second trend I'm going to talk about because it's got a more sculptural feel to it. So, and it's got some varying colors. You're not going to see white, you're going to see natural woods because nature is definitely coming inside.
Got it, like that boho chic type of feel.
That's what brought it about, was the boho chic. Exactly.
Okay, and so we're looking at these photos. Is this rattan?
It is.
Okay.
And it's got that sculptural element to it. And as you see with these chairs here, you're going to see it a lot of upholstered furniture as well, and that trend because it hugs you.
Right.
After the last couple of years, we all need a hug at the same time. So when you're sitting down, you want it to be stylish and chic, which the boho chic definitely did.
Right.
But at the same time, you're going to see a little bit more of those curves coming in.
Okay, I love those chairs, by the way. All right, what's the next trend that we'll see?
You're going to actually start to see a little bit of the minimalistic modern come in, which is a little different from some of the things you probably might have saw on something like the Kardashians, where it's all white, just completely just a blank slate in a sense, but it's got a lot of defining elements, sharp things like that. Well, these people lived in these homes the last 2 years, so now people want color, they want texture, they want life in the room, but at the same time, they probably spent a lot of money on it. So they're going to you're going to start seeing some of that travel in a little bit more, and you're going to see a lot of nature and some pops of color getting in there, so then that way it does bring those white spaces to life.
Yeah, pops of color. We all need a little bit of color in our lives, and I love this photo here, and this is what you're talking about of the more modern.
Exactly, and you can see with the artwork there, we brought branches into that with the artwork, and then we actually have the live orchid there that's got the greenery and the foliage in there, so then you actually have a little bit more of the outside inside.
Now, is that considered a gallery wall that we're also seeing?
It is, which is one of the other trends, because people have so many pieces of art or whatever they can find laying around. You've got a lot of shortages right now, so people need to be able to use what they have and mix in something that's a little bit more. So with this wall, we actually took an artist who had taken this photograph and said, hey, can you split this up for us and turn it into something that stacks and complements this really high room and the fixture.
That's amazing. That's genius to be able to take something so, I don't want to say plain and ordinary because it isn't, but you just revamped it to make it just an eye grabber, attention grabber. Okay, real quick, what's the last trend?
That's one that is going to be one of the biggest. It's the sculptural part. It's going to wrap around everything. You're going to start seeing it more and more. You're going to see it in clothes. You're going to see it in interior design. It's just across the board. Everybody wants to be hugged. They want to be loved. You need to be able to sit down and lounge and feel happy and safe.
Okay, Johnathan, I'm scared to ask this question because I feel like it's going to be everything that's inside my home right now. What is the trend from 2021 that nobody wants to see ever again?
Sorry, Chip and Joanna, their first First run with the farmhouse, it's out. No, but everybody, it's so overdone now.
Okay,
You're going to see a little bit of, you know, a little more industrial modern, so they can pull some of those elements in. I mean, shiplap, you're going to see shiplap still around. People put that up.
Yeah.
But they're going to paint it black. They're going to paint it dark gray. They're going to give it a more contemporary color to go with some of these other finishes.
And I love the contemporary colors that are starting to come back, the gold fixtures, and just it looks so clean and so pretty. What about open concept kitchens? Is that out?
You know, when you think of a 50s sitcom and the mom went to the kitchen, the door closed, and she had her moment to breathe.
Right.
Everybody needs that privacy moment. So when they've been trapped at home, they need that little second to step away, talk to themselves, have a minute, and then come back.
Because they can't even sneak away to the bathroom these days without
and you're having to constantly clean.
Right.
So.
Very true. Okay, Jonathan, great information that you shared with us today. I know that I've been taking some of these notes home with me. If somebody wants to work with you in the future, what do they need to do?
We make it really easy. All you have to do is jsquaredrva.com and jsquaredrva on all platforms.
Awesome. I love when it's that simple and easy. Thank you, Jonathan.
Thank you.
It was a pleasure. All right, guys, once again, this segment is sponsored by Jsquared.